The following broadcast is a presentation of the ND Sports Channel.
Kobe Johnson, serve up and over. Fix sets it up. Bailey Nelson puts it down for point 22.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high in the left center field, and that is gone! It's a three-run home run for Anagon, and that increases the lead to 16-2.
It'll be Ethan Olson taking the kick. And he'll put it right on goal and right into the goal! Ethan Olson on a free kick from intercepted by Sorensen. Now Sorensen still at the puck, tries a centering pass, bounces back onto her own stick. Now it got deflected and it goes in! And I believe Sorensen might get credit for that as it bounced off a skate or a stick on its way to the goal.
Kaylee Jackson, three-pointer up, and no, that one won't go in. Tana Lick pulls down the deep offensive board. She'll put up a three. That one's in, and we're tied!
All right, welcome back. We are here at Fargo South High School here on the ND Sports Channel, getting ready for the Fargo South Bruins and the Grand Forks Central Knights. Now let's go ahead and take a look at these two teams on paper, side by side. For the Grand Forks Central Knights, well, they're still looking for their first win of the year. They come in overall with a record of 0-5. They're 0-4 against EDC opponents, 0-3 when playing at home up in Grand Forks, and then 0-2 when playing on the road. This will be their third road game of the season. And then as a result, they're on a 5-game losing streak coming into this matchup. They've scored 190, they've allowed 338, which brings them to an average of 38 points per game scored to allowing 67 points per game scored. For the Grand Forks Central Knights, for the Fargo South Bruins, they are 1-4 overall, 1-3 against EDC opponents, 1-2 when playing here on their home court where they're playing today, and they're 0-1 on the road. They have only had one road game so far. And then the other game, as those numbers don't match up, went under as a neutral court game, I guess you could call it. We don't keep track of neutral court wins and losses, although we probably should. Looks like we have a little room to add that category on there, but that was a game we had for you on the ND Sports Channel back on December 1st when they would fall to Bismarck Legacy, and we'll get to more onto that game here in a little bit. So those 5 games for Grand Forks Central, well, they look like this. They pulled up a 51-47 loss to Turtle Mountain back on December 1st, and then they would follow the Firebirds from Devil's Lake, 77-34, and then they would have their first road game of the year, 77-13 loss to the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Then they would drop one to Fargo North on the December 11th, 56-45, and their most recent loss to a very good Fargo Davies team by the final score of 77-51, and then that brings them into tonight's matchup against Fargo South. For the home team, the Fargo South Bruins, they had that 82-43 loss against the Bismarck Legacy Sabres, a game we had for you here on the ND Sports Channel back on December 1st. Followed that up with a 70-52 loss to Fargo Davies, and then Devil's Lake had a rough game against the Firebirds, 87-27 in that game. And then to pick up their first win of the year, that was a home game here at Fargo South High School against their uptown rivals, the Fargo North Spartans, 56-45, the final in that game. And then they would fall to Valley City, 84-35, bringing them into tonight's game against Grand Forks Central. After tonight, for the Knights, they will have Valley City at home, and then they'll have Thief River Falls, Grand Forks Red River, and West Fargo on a 3-game road trip to kick off the early part of 2019. Then they'll see Wahpeton at home, followed by Devil's Lake one more time up in Devil's Lake. Then Cheyenne Mustangs will be a home game for the Knights, and then they'll come back to Fargo to take on the Spartans on the 25th of January, followed by another Fargo opponent, but this time at home against Fargo Davies. And then it says unknown there for February 1st. They have 2 games against, I think it was either Fargo North or Fargo South. There was 2 games on the schedule, both of them set for 7:30 p.m. tips. Now I'm wondering if that might be a doubleheader, where the boys' game or the girls' game comes at maybe 5:45 possibly. So we put unknown in there since we don't really know, but they do have a game on February 1st. So just not sure what the start time is on that one. And then Grand Forks Red River on February 8th, Valley City, Shanley, West Fargo, and Wahpeton to wrap up the regular season. That Wahpeton game will start at 7 p.m. versus the usual 7:30 p.m. start. And then apparently we don't have start times, but most of these are 7:30 for the Bruins. They'll have Wapaton, Cheyenne, West Fargo, Fargo Davies on the road, Devils Lake at home, Valley City, Fargo North, Grand Forks Central, and Shanley on the road, followed by Grand Forks Red River here at home. Wapaton and Cheyenne, they'll wrap up the regular season on the 21st of February against the West Fargo Packers. We'll take a timeout. Actually, before we go to that timeout here, we'll keep it right here for about the next minute before we get to the opening announcements here in the national anthem. We'll go over the statewide scoreboard, scores that have come in as of about 45 minutes ago. Bismarck Century 56-34 over Bismarck High, and that's a girls basketball score. And then Bismarck St. Mary's falls to Bismarck Legacy 53-29. That's the only two finals that we have at the moment, at least to the best of our knowledge anyway. Want to say thanks to Bob James and EPL Reality, if I'm saying that right, for subscribing to our YouTube channel all in the last 3 hours there. Certainly appreciate that. We'll turn it over to our PA announcer now.
Home team, the Fargo South Bruins. On behalf of Fargo South, their team and fans, we extend a warm welcome to the Knights and their fans. The North Dakota High School Activities Association and the Eastern Dakota Conference encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask that you cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponent. As high school student athletes, we commit to fair play, responsibility, and respect. We invite you to support our effort. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please remove your hats for the national anthem, sung this evening by Fargo South seniors Sam Johnson.
We'll keep it here for that and see if we get a copyright strike like we did last time.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, nice job. Once again, we'll take live look-ins at the Fargo North-South hockey game. Right now, they lead 1-0 with about 14 minutes or so remaining in that second period of play. And as you see on your screen there, we'll take live look-ins periodically throughout our varsity game and keep you up to date.
Right,
and rumor has it that we'll have a delayed full broadcast of that game right around 10 o'clock tonight here on the ND Sports Channel. Now we'll take it back
Number 3, she's a sophomore.
to our starting lineups.
Lauren Hillman. For the Bruins, a 5'7" freshman, number 3, Eddie Wagner. A 5'7" sophomore, number 5, Maddie Myrle. A 5'3" sophomore, number 14, Alice Carlson. A 5'7" sophomore, number 10, Haley Giroux. A 5'8" freshman, number 22, Britt Nelson. A 5'7" junior, number 24, Megan Peck. A 5'10" sophomore, number 40, Paige Schroeder. A 5'7" junior, number 30, Aubrey Lopez. And a 5'11" sophomore, number 42, Becky Pacey. Student managers Jasmine Eisman, Haley Engelhardt, Maggie Spoor, assistant coaches Haley Abel, Angie Blacknook, Mary Moser, JV coach Matt Baki, and the head coach of the Knights, DJ Burris. Student managers for the Bruins, Emery Byer, Hajia Hassan, Janya Glasson, Kiana Robinson, Alone Gala, and Uriah Powell. Assistant coaches Shane Alderman, Sarah Storen, and Jason, and the head coach of the Bruins, Mr. Jason Smedhammer. The Fargo Public Schools would like to acknowledge Sanford Sports Medicine for providing athletic training personnel for today's game. Today's trainer is Levi Tandy. We are thankful and appreciate these services.
All right, so once again, your starters for Fargo South, 5'7" freshman Addie Wagner. Got the 5'3" sophomore Alice Carlson, the 5'8" freshman Bryn Nelson, the 5'10" sophomore Paige Schroeder, and the 5'11" sophomore Maggie Basie. For the Grand Forks Central Knights, it'll be Hillman, Myro, Giroux, Peck, and Molman. And the opening tip is won here by Fargo South. And the first bucket's up and in.
2 points, Schroeder.
Paige Schroeder gets the Bruins on the board. .12:31 remaining in the second. It's now 2-0 Fargo North South on a goal scored by McCartney Junt, assisted by Josie Hell. That score just came in a few moments ago. And here it's 2-0 in favor of Fargo South with 17:13 to go and a whistle on a jump ball. Once again, possession arrow not in my vision, so we will rely on the referee out there to let us know who gets the ball. In this case, it's Grand Forks Central. They'll move it into the hands of Megan Peck. Peck will throw it up over the timeline. Pass gets tipped around. 2 passes later. Low block back outside. Foot on the line, long 2. Won't go. Off the mark to the left side. Rebound pulled down by the 5'10" sophomore Paige Schroeder. Back the other way quickly. Maggie Basie off the glass. Won't go. That gets tipped out of bounds and goes back to Grand Forks Central. It remains 2-0 with 16:50 to go here in the first half of play. .16:47 and counting now. Central down by 2, gets into the hands of the 5'7" junior Megan Peck. Peck being guarded by Addie Wagner. They get it in down low there to Haley Giroux. Giroux turns around, spins, and it spins off the rim. Back the other way for Fargo South is Carlson. The long 3 in front of the rim from Wagner won't go. Rebound pulled down by Madison Myro. Defensive board there. Back the other way, it remains 2-0, 16:18 to go here in the first half of play. Grand Forks Central work it into the near corner. Now they're looking down low. Shot is up and in. We're tied at 2. Off the bucket by
2
Giroux.
points, Giroux.
So it's our first tie of the game. The 2-0 doesn't count as a lead change, but the next bucket will. That's Carlson. Drives in free throw line up top there. That was Schroeder. Schroeder looking for Wagner, who drives the lane, gets it in, and will make a trip to the free throw line.
Fouls on the Knights, number 3. Lauren Hillman, her first personal foul, the team's first of the half.
4-2, Wagner with a chance to make it 5-2, and Fargo North South has scored another goal by Abby Promisberger, assisted by Sam Martin and Caitlin Arman. It's 3-0 with 11:31 to go in the second period up in Grand Forks for the Fargo North South girls hockey team as Wagner puts in the free throw to make it 5-2 in favor of Fargo South with 15:37 to go. Shot is up, that one won't go. Wagner pulls down the rebound along the baseline, tries to escape, puts it into the hands of Carlson. Carlson will approach and cross the timeline, 15:29 to counting. Up top, that's Schroeder. Schroeder gets it to Wagner over on the far wing. Schroeder will set the screen. Wagner drives in, and it will not go in. Got it up there, but it bounced around on the rim and came back down as a defensive rebound for Lauren Hillman for the Knights. And back the other way comes Fargo, or Grand Forks Central, excuse me. And a whistle will blow, and first foul of the game for Fargo South, Paige Schroeder.
Paige Schroeder, her first personal foul of the half. Team second at the line shooting for the Knights, number 5.
Fargo North South, after scoring that third goal, is now on a power play with 10:44 left in the second, leading 3-0. First free throw is off to the left side there. I believe that's Haley Giroux. .15:07 to go here in the first half. And it was Giroux, and she missed both. 15:02 to go, inbounds pass is out of bounds. That'll be Fargo South basketball. Nice defense there as Addie Wagner came in and put a little bit of pressure on that inbounds pass for Grand Forks Central. The Moorhead Spuds and Bemidji, they're tied up. They're going to overtime now. We'll keep you updated on that game as it comes in. Scores come in. Right now, Carlson has it for the Bruins. Carlson working the ball far side, a whistle will blow, and ball will go back to Grand Forks Central. 5-2, 14:43 to go here in the first half of play. They'll work the ball into the corner there. Trying to drive in, ball got stripped away. Now a wrestling match for the ball. Paige Schroeder in on that wrestling match, and a jump ball will be called. And it will be Fargo South basketball. 5-2, Schroeder with the inbounds pass there to Maggie Basie. Basie gets into the hands of Wagner, and a whistle will blow as that might be a foul on Hillman. We'll see. And if it is, it's her second.
Foul is on the Knights, number 24, Megan Peck.
Nope, check that. Megan Peck
foul,
will get the first
second of the half.
Both teams have 2 fouls. Carlson has it for the Bruins in between the circles. Trying to direct traffic. Now she'll work her way high on the far side. Down to the near wing, and a push, and I believe that's going on Carlson. No, correction.
Foul is on the Knights, number 5.
It will be on the Knights.
Maddie Myrold.
Maddie Myrold.
Foul, the team's third of the half.
Picks up her first. 5-2 once again, the only bucket so far for Grand Forks Central from Haley Giroux. She also went 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Carlson on the near wing, dribbles in, and now that is Bryn Nelson. Back to Schroeder. Schroeder drives baseline, kicks it out. Wagner for 3 from the corner. It's up and in. 8-2.
Points, Wagner.
13:50 to go. 6-point lead for the Bruins. With the ball right now is Myrold. Myrold drives into the lane, and she'll fall down, and there'll be a push on the Bruins. Team foul number 3, and I believe it's going on Hazelton.
Fouls on
No,
the
check
Bruins,
that.
number 42, Maggie Basie.
Maggie Basie. I saw number 5 up there from the last foul for Grand
Entering the
Forks
game for the
Central.
Bruins, number 5, Sammy Hazelton.
But Hazelton will check in. Long 2 from the corner, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Bryn Nelson on the defensive board. Back the other way comes Carlson and the Bruins. They'll kick it into the corner. That's Hazelton. Hazelton over there to Nelson. Nelson will get it to Wagner. Wagner fakes left, goes right. Goes up against 2 defenders and puts it in off the glass. 10-2 is our score.
2 points, Wagner.
And a timeout on the court. Let's go ahead and take a look, a live look in at that Fargo North-South hockey game during this timeout. As you can see, with about 6:41 remaining, looks like there's a face-off here. Glove side of, I believe Kinney might be playing in goal tonight. I'm not 100% sure on that. But Fargo North-South leads 3-0 with 6.5 to go in that game. Scoring so far for Fargo South, Addie Wagner with 3 points, Paige Schroeder with 2 points. Oh, you know what? I forgot to record a few points here for the Fargo South Bruins in my scorebook. So let's see here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm missing 1 more bucket. Wagner has 6 so far, and I got all the points for Grand Forks Central. Okay, 10-2 is our score. We're missing 1 bucket for Fargo South. We'll get that ASAP for you. Grand Forks Central working the ball along the top of the key. They'll get called for a travel. Turnover number 3 according to my counts here for the Knights. 1 so far for the Fargo South Bruins. We'll go back to our live camera here.
Isabella Whiteside.
Keep you updated on that Fargo North South hockey game against the Grand Forks Knight Riders. As Wagner has the ball top of the key and floats in from the free throw line and gets it to bounce down. That's 2 more, and it makes it 12-2 in favor of the Fargo South Bruins. 12:44 and counting to go here, first half of play. A little pressure in the backcourt there by Carlson of the Bruins, but the Knights will get it over the timeline. Near wing now looking down low. Whiteside off the glass, it'll drop in. Isabel Whiteside, 6-foot sophomore. And now Knights putting a couple people in the backcourt. They'll get it to Wagner over on the far wing. Now back up top, that's Hazelton. Hazelton drives in through the lane, cutting through defenders and puts it up and in. 14-3, Fargo South off to a great start so far here in this one. 14-4, excuse me. There's a turnover. Number 4 for the Knights.
Substitution for the Knights entering the game is number 21, Grace Holtz.
Grace Holtz, a 5'7" junior guard, checks into the lineup for the Knights. They trail by 10, 14-4, 12:01. As inbounds pass comes to Carlson. Carlson will direct traffic, hesitate, goes over the timeline, 11:52. Now Wagner in between the circles, pumps it over far key there, or far wing to Bryn Nelson. Now into the corner to Schroeder, back to Wagner for a long 3, and it's up and in. It's 17-4.
Wagner.
Wrestling match for the ball. They won't waste any time. They'll call the jump ball right away. And we have another timeout on the floor. Let's take a look at that live look in there on Fargo North South. Once again, 4:17 to go in the second period of play. Fargo North South leads 3-0. Let's see here, I can tell you so far, Abby Promisberger and McCartney Junt have 2 of the 3 goals for Fargo North South. And actually, it's Lauren Haar in goal for Fargo North South. And with 3:47 left in the overtime period, Bemidji and Moorhead are all tied up at 4-4 in that girls hockey game. Halftime, Class B girls basketball, Oak Grove leads Central Cass 33-25. And I'm not sure who scored the 3rd goal or the first of those 3 goals for Fargo North South, but we know that Promisberger and McCartney Junt have 2 of the goals for Fargo North South. Once again, that game being played up in Grand Forks. As you can see there, a little under 3.5 to go in the second period of play as we come back to our live action here. 17-4, 11:32 to go. Ball goes to, I couldn't see who that was. Number 5? Number 20-something, 21. Okay, Grace Foltz got it. Top of the key 3 off the back rim, a little too strong. Knights pull down the rebound. It's Ashley Giroux with the basketball now. Cross-court pass, near side, down low, trying to go baseline. It's Peck. She'll get it to Whiteside, and Whiteside puts it up and in. 17-6 now as Whiteside has 4 of those 6. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Back the other way, Wagner tried to roll it in. It rolled around and out. Kicks it out. Nelson, foot on the line, long 2, a little short. Loose ball rebound comes down to the Knights. Coming away with it there is Megan Peck with the defensive board, and now a whistle will blow, stopping the clock with 10:47 to go. 17-6 in favor of the Fargo South Bruins.
Number 14, Alice Carlson. That's her first personal foul, the team's 4th of the half.
Top of the key 3 is off the front of the rim. 3:08 left in the second. Fargo North's Abby Promisberger goes to the penalty box for hooking. 17-8. Whiteside gets 6 of those 8, and we have another timeout on the floor. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back here in just a moment.
Bruins. And entering during the timeout.
You know what? We won't take a break because something's not working there. So we'll go back to that live look-in of Fargo North South. Once again, Grand Forks on a power play right now with about 2:25 and counting to go in the second period of play. Lauren Haar is in goal for Fargo North South. If you are interested in that Oak Grove Central Cass game being played in Castleton, that can be heard on 740 The Fan, 740 AM. They also have a FM frequency at 107.3. Back to live action here after the timeout. It is 17-8 with 10:21 to go and counting in the first half. Hazelton will have it. Nelson hands it off to Carlson. That one's up and in, 19-8 now. 10:05 to go.
2 points, Hazelton.
Fargo North South leads 3-0 late in period number 2. I think the individual sent that text into us. If you have a scoring update from one of the games, you can alert us. It's 404-90-72. Three-pointer up, a little short. Wagner had the check that. That was, now Wagner has the ball. The rebound actually comes down to Hazelton. Nelson put up the shot. Hazelton grabs the offensive board. Now the three straight away in front of the rim won't go. Nelson pulls down the offensive board. The work it to Wagner, puts up a three, and that one's up and in. 22-8. Wagner with 3 triples here in the first half so far. 9:12 and counting to go. And it's 22-8 in favor of the Fargo South Bruins. They'll work it out near side with the ball there. It's Grace Foltz who works it inside. Bryn Nelson will rip it away. Bryn Nelson gets a steal. And that's another turnover. Turnover number 6 now for the Grand Forks Central Knights. Nelson bounce pass. Carlson works her way into the paint. Gets it to drop in. 2 more, 24-8.
2 points, Carlson.
Nelson will get another steal there. And that's another turnover here for Fargo, or for Grand Forks Central. Wagner with another 3. Oh, that one looked good, but it didn't go in. And pulling down the rebound there for Grand Forks Central is Megan Peck. Peck will bring it back, dribbles in, and goes to the hoop and gets it to drop in. That puts the Knights in the double digits on the bucket there by Megan Peck. 5'7" junior. 7:57 to go, 24-10 in favor of the Fargo South Bruins. Carlson up top and between the circles, works her way now over to the near wing, being guarded there by Ashley Giroux. Now they'll get into the hands there of Addie Wagner. Wagner back to, that is Schroeder. Schroeder gets into the hands of Nelson. Nelson fakes left, drives baseline to the right. Can't get that one to go. It's tipped out of bounds. They'll stay with Fargo South. They'll stop the clock with 7:36 to go.
Substitution for the Knights enter the game is number 15, Sophia Rayo.
And Bemidji and Moorhead, they end in a 3-3 tie.
Aubrey Lohman.
Neither team scored in that overtime period. Maggie Basie checks into the lineup here for Fargo South. And just maybe got away with a traveling call there as they were coming over the timeline. Wagner putting pressure there on Sophia Rail, and now that 3-pointer out of the hands of Ashley Giroux is a little bit off the mark to the right side. 2.7 seconds remain in the second, and Grand Forks is going to the box for a hooking penalty, so that put Fargo North South on a minute 57 power play to start the third period of play. So they'll be going to that second intermission here really quick. 3-pointer is up, and that banks in off the glass. 24-13, and the Knights are within. And Wagner comes back the other way and the ball answers with 2 of the 3, and will have a chance to answer with a full 3.
Wagner. Fouls on the Knights, number 5, Maddie Myrtle. Her second personal foul at the line, shooting for the Bruins. Number 3, Addie Wagner.
And the free throw is up and in. Makes it look easy.
Substitution
Let's try
for
that
the
again.
Knights entering the
Makes
game,
it
number
look
3,
easy.
Lauren
There we go.
Hillman. Substitution for the Knights enter the game, number 24, Megan Peck.
All right, so it is officially at the end of the second now. Fargo North South leads 3-0. Lauren Haar has faced 9 shots, saved all 9 of them. Baker in goal for Grand Forks faced 27 shots and saved 24 of them. Turnover there for Fargo South. According to my numbers, that's their 3rd of the game. And a traveling call, and that'll be turnover number 8 for the Knights. Back at the other way here, 27-13 with 6:46 to go here in the first half of play.
Entering the game, number 5, Maddie Myrold.
Wagner with the ball, brings it over the timeline, 6:38 to go, swings it over far side there. That is Cy Davis into the lineup for Fargo South. Nelson up top, now Wagner back to Nelson. Nelson between the circles, drives down the left side of the lane, puts up the shot, won't go. Contact there, I believe that's gonna be a foul on Maggie Basie. If it is, it's her 2nd.
Foul is on the Bruins, number 42, Maggie Basie. Her 2nd personal foul, the team's 5th of the half. Entering the game for the Bruins is number 40, Paige Schroeder.
Schroeder checks in. That'll give Bryn Nelson a breather on the bench. 27-13, he'll work the ball into the near corner. Giroux thought about maybe a 3, and she won't pull the trigger. Get it up top of the key there for, that is Aubrey Lohman. And now a loose ball will go out of bounds, back to Fargo South. Turnover number 9 for the Knights. 27-13, 6:10 to go here in the first half. This first half seems to have been going rather quickly. .607 to go here. 27-13. Wagner will get the ball into the hands of Basie. Now Wagner back to Basie down low, and that shot was blocked. And then following the block was a foul. No, following the block, it was out of bounds, actually. My bad. Wagner in the corner, dribbles up near wing, top of the key. Now that is Maggie Basie. Basie gives it to Hazelton. 3 on the shot clock. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Fargo South. They want to reset the shot clock to 2 seconds, I believe is what they're, yep, and that's exactly what they did. So it'll have to be a quick catch and shoot. Maybe get 1 dribble in. Wagner gets it into Basie. Basie, 1 dribble, puts up the shot. Won't fall, but that'll prevent the shot clock violation. And the defensive rebound comes down to Megan Peck. According to my numbers, that's her 3rd rebound. Megan Peck will bring it all the way over, and she lost it. Turnover number 10 for the Knights. Addie Wagner comes back the other way. She will draw contact, and the foul will go on Lauren Hillman, the 5'7" sophomore. That is team foul number 5.
Number 3, Lauren Hillman. It's her 2nd personal foul, team's 5th of the half. At the line shooting, number 3, Addie Wagner.
So Addie Wagner, 1 for 1, now 1 for 2. She missed that one. Reigns 27-13 here with 5:24 to go in the first half. Ashley Giroux checking into the lineup here for the Knights, a 5'6" freshman guard.
Substitution for the Bruins entering the game is number 14, Alice Carlson.
Alice Carlson will check back into the lineup for Fargo South as Myrold will bring it up and over the timeline with 5:18 to go. Up top now, that's Lohman. Lohman near side for Hillman. Hillman, bounce pass, long 2, a little off the mark to the right side, and a struggle for the ball will turn into a jump ball there, and that will favor Fargo South on the possession arrow.
For the Knights entering the game is Isabella Whiteside.
Carlson received the inbounds pass, being guarded in the backcourt there by Myrold. Carlson brings it over the timeline, still with the ball, and nearly got poked away. She'll maintain possession of the basketball. Get it to Hazelton. Hazelton far side now. I believe that is, can't see who that is, but underneath, getting the rebound was Paige Schroeder, and now she'll draw contact. Haley Giroux picks up the first
foul. Number 10, Haley Giroux, her first personal foul, team 6. Paige Schroeder at the
It was
line.
Cy Davis in there, the one I couldn't figure out who it was. Those jersey numbers get scrunched up. It's kind of hard to identify them. End of the first period, Fargo Davies, I'm not sure who they're playing, but it's tied at 0-0 at the end of that one. And then a boys hockey score, end of the second period, Jamestown Junior Varsity is down to Mayport CG 4-0 in a boys hockey score at the end of the second. 4:40 to go here, 28-13 in favor of the Fargo South Bruins. Giroux, that's Haley Giroux. There's two Giroux on the team. Giroux shot up. She initially got the rebound and then got tied up, and it'll be a jump ball that goes in favor of the Knights. It'll be an inbounds pass from the baseline on the near side of the hoop here for the Knights. And triggering that inbounds pass will be Mighty Myro, the 5'7" sophomore guard. 28-13, 4:31. Pass comes in to Hillman. Hillman dribbles up to the free throw line, gets it up into Ashley Giroux's hand. Now it's the other Giroux with the three. No, check that. That was Myro with the three, excuse me. That's off the mark. And now another wrestling match for the basketball. Turns into a jump ball. This one will go for Fargo South. Stopping the clock with 4:19 to go here in the first half of play. In 4 minutes and 19 seconds, we'll find out which bucket I'm missing for Fargo South in my individual scorebook. They have 28, I have 26 in my scorebook, and that was my bad. I just wasn't paying attention there. So working into the hands of Cy Davis on the far wing. Dribbles in, free throw line, drew contact. I believe that foul might go on Ashley Giroux, and that will be team foul number 7, 1-on-1 bonus for the remaining 4:03.
Ashley Giroux. Her first personal foul, the team 7th at the line, shooting number 32, Cy Davis.
First trip to the line for the 5'7" sophomore, and it's up and in. Davis makes it 29-13. Class A girls basketball score. Dickinson defeats Williston 60-46. That one went final just a few moments ago. Second free throws up and in, and it's 30-13. And Cy Davis, a perfect 2 for 2 from the free throw line, as getting a breather on the benches. Cy Davis coming back in will be Addie Wagner. Knights will work it over the timeline, put it into the hands there of Ashley Giroux. Giroux will dribble up to the near wing, put it into the corner. That is Haley Giroux. Cross court, over into the hands of Myrold, and that ball gets stripped away by Carlson. Carlson will get credit for the steal, put it up court there for Wagner. Wagner, that shot was partially blocked by Haley Giroux. She'll get credit for a block on that one. Baseball pass all the way down, and immediately catch and shoot up and in. That is Hillman with the bucket.
2 points, Hillman.
30-15, the lead's been cut in half as Wagner brings it over the timeline, high on the near side, bounce pass now in between the circles for Carlson. Carlson will dribble over to the near side. Now back up top of the key, work away into the lane, kicks it out for Wagner. Wagner will dribble up, back up top now, that is Basie. Basie spin move up top now for, that's Hazelton who drives the near side of the lane. She will draw contact and there will be a foul, and this foul will go on, I believe, that is Haley Giroux.
Fouls on the night, number 10, Haley Giroux. Her second personal
Her
foul,
second, team's
the half
8th.
at the line shooting, number 5, Sammy Hazelton.
Hazelton will get 2 shots as that foul occurred in the act of shooting. The Bruins have only missed 1 free throw in the game. That one's going to be a little bit short, make it 2 in the game. That one kind of left her hand oddly, and you could tell that that was going to be short the moment it left her hand.
Substitutions for the Knights enter the game, number 21, Grace Holtz. Number 24, Megan Peck. And number 55, Khadijah.
Hazelton with 5 points now on that free throw to make it 31-15. Kadish Traore is in the lineup for Fargo, or for Grand Forks Central, wearing number 55 there. Traore puts up the shot and it's in. 31-17 as Traore scores the bucket 5'5" senior
2
for the
points,
Knights.
priority.
31-17. Carlson in between the circles, directing traffic. Feeds it into the hands of Hazelton, who gives it right back to Carlson. Now Wagner up top, swings it over far side for Hazelton. Hazelton, high pass back to Wagner on the near wing. Looking inside there for Basie. Basie will try and make a move, and it won't drop in. And Traore pulls down the defensive board. 31-17, 2:09 and counting as the Knights come back the other way. They'll push it into the far corner. Now look inside, that's Whiteside down low. She'll pump it back out. Now they'll work it over to Traore. She'll put it up long 2. Foot was on the line, a little too strong on that one. That'll go out of bounds. That'll go into the books as a turnover. That'll be turnover number 11 here for the Knights. I might have missed one.
Entering the game is number 22, Bryn Nelson.
But then again, earlier in the game, I may have recorded one that shouldn't have been. So we'll just say it's 11. 31-17, a minute 51 and counting to go as Carlson brings the ball up the court here for the Bruins. Hazelton over to Wagner. Wagner back over to, that is Schroeder now. Back to Wagner, catch and shoot 3, a little short. Little contact there. Lucky that Wagner isn't going to the line to shoot 3 on that one. Just over 90 seconds to go here in the first half. As bringing it up over the timeline there is Megan Peck. Peck looks inside for Whiteside. The ball is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Grand Forks Central, stopping the clock with a minute 25. They'll have 18 on the shot clock to shoot off the inbounds pass. Once again, Bruins leading 31-17 here late in the first half of play. Catch and shoot 3. It's a long 3 off the back rim, too strong. A loose ball rebound will be called a jump ball. I believe the possession arrow is favoring Grand Forks Central, and it is. Minute 18 to go, 31-17. Inbounds pass is triggered over to the far wing. Traore will get it up top, swing it over near side. 3 is up, and the 3 is in and out. Megan Peck on the attempt there. Rebound comes down to Hazelton. And now Carlson will slowly bring it up and over the timeline with 1 minute to go here in the first half. Down low, wide open, nobody there, and an easy basket for Paige Schroeder, and that makes it 33-17. 50 seconds to go. Traore has it. Traore will put up the shot, and that one won't go. And off the knee, and it'll go back to Fargo South as Addie Wagner threw it in off the knee there. Megan Peck, and Fargo South will get the ball as a result. Knights put 1 player in the backcourt, and they retreat from that pressure very quickly here. 37 seconds to go. Bryn Nelson back into the lineup for the Bruins. Looking down low for Schroeder. And the loose ball will end up in the hands of Traore. She'll get credit for a steal on that one. Turnover number 5 for the Fargo South Bruins. Turnover number 12 for the Grand Forks Central Knights.
Fouls on the Knights, number 12, Ashley Giroux. That's her 2nd personal foul, the team's 9th of the half. At the line shooting for the Bruins, number 3, Addie Wagner.
So Wagner will get credit for the steal, then Giroux will foul her, and Wagner will go up to the free throw line to shoot a couple here with 18.6 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Free throw will miss off to the right side, so it was a 1-and-1. That was 1 foul short of the 2-shot free throw. They'll pump it into the near corner. Now back out top. 7 seconds to go. Far corner, Traore swings over near side, catch and shoot 3 is up. It almost looked like it was gonna go in, but bounced off the back rim. Defensive rebound comes down to Cy Davis, and that will end the first half of play. Your halftime score, Fargo South 33, Grand Forks Central 17. This is high school basketball on the ND Sports Channel. Back with your halftime show after this. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter. Search @NDScores to get the same scores on your mobile device every night. The ND Sports Channel is your home for Fargo Daily Soccer in 2019. This spring, catch select matches for the girls team live on the ND Sports Channel, scheduled to be determined. And this fall, catch all the Eagles boys soccer matches, both home and away, live on the ND Sports Channel. Watch on-demand replays of the 2018 soccer season by clicking on Soccer under the Game Rewind button on our website, ndsportschannel.com. April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo. All right, welcome back here to Fargo South High School. We're at halftime, and Fargo South leads Grand Forks Central by the score of 33-17 here at the halftime mark. For Grand Forks Central, Lauren Hillman with 2 points, Haley Giroux with 5, Megan Peck with 2, and let's see, I need to grab the other sheet to make sure I pronounce that right. Kadish Traore with 2 points, and leading the way right now is Isabel Whiteside, the 6-foot sophomore, with 6 points for the Grand Forks Central Knights. You add all that up, and it comes up to 17. They had, let's see here, 12 turnovers in that first half of play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 team fouls in that first half. And for the Fargo South Bruins, Addie Wagner with 19. Let's see here, 5 for Sammy Hazelton. I have 2 for Carlson. Cy Davis with 2. Paige Schroeder with 4. You add all those up, that comes up to 32, and I'm missing a free throw somewhere in there. and I apologize for that. So one thing I know for sure is that Wagner is 19, and all the other, it's one of the other players that I'm missing a point for. So I went down and double checked with the scores table down there, and I guess I should have checked further. We've had one tie in this game. It was at 2-2, and since then it's been Fargo South with the lead ever since. Let's see here, taking a look. 5 turnovers for Fargo South compared to 12 for Grand Forks Central in that first half of play. 5 team fouls, including 2 for Maggie Basie, 1 for Paige Schroeder, 1 for Alice Carlson, 1 for Sammy Hazelton. And that wraps up your first half numbers. We'll take another break and come back with the second half of play in just shy of 4 minutes from now here on the ND Sports Channel. It's Fargo South 33, Grand Forks Central 17 at halftime. This is high school basketball on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had 0 broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball, get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter, search @NDScores and get the same scores on your mobile device every night. The ND Sports Channel is your home for Fargo Davies soccer in 2019. This spring, catch select matches for the girls team live on the ND Sports Channel, scheduled to be determined. And this fall, catch all the Eagles boys soccer matches, both home and away, live on the ND Sports Channel. Watch on-demand replays of the 2018 soccer season by clicking on soccer under the game rewind button on our website, ndsportschannel.com. April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans, live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo.
Once again, a huge thank you to the Fargo South.
All right, welcome back.
33-17
as we get ready for the second half of play here on the ND Sports Channel.
Check one.
Rebounds in that first half. Fargo South with 17, 7 on the offensive board, 10 on the defensive board. Grand Forks Central with 11, 3 offensive and 8 defensive boards there for Grand Forks Central. Once again, they had 12 turnovers.
Number 22, Bryn Nelson. That's her first personal foul. The team's first of the half. At the line, shooting number 5, Maddie Myrold.
So Maddie Myrold will step up to the free throw line here for the Knights, and that one will drop in. Or did it? No, it didn't drop in. My bad. Thought my eyes deceived me there. That one did for sure drop in. It's 33 to 18, and she's 1 for 2 now. Once again, 6 points for Isabel Whiteside. That bucket is up and in, and it's 35 to 18.
2 points, Basie.
Maggie Basie with her first points of the game. 7:20 remains in the third. Karina Grothman, excuse me, is going to the penalty box for tripping. At last check, they led 3-0. I'll make sure I get an updated score on that for you. Class B girls basketball score. Partial defeats Divide County 55 to 30. That one just went final a little bit ago. That shot up off the baseline won't go. Defensive board pulled down by Maggie Basie. That's 18 rebounds total for the team now. 17 of them coming in the first half. Clock stopped with 16:59 to go as Grand Forks Central have an inbounds pass here on the near sideline. They'll put it into the hands of Megan Peck, who has 3 rebounds and 2 points. All 3 rebounds on the defensive glass. Wide open, took a dribble inside, high post jumper, goes off to the right side. Offensive rebound underneath there will result in a foul.
Fouls on the Bruins, number 42. Maggie Basie, that's her 3rd personal foul. Team second of the half. At the line, shooting number 10.
Haley Giroux with 3 rebounds now. 1 you saw right there, 2 before that. Class B girls basketball score. Thompson defeats Hillsborough Central Valley 52 to 28. As Drew puts in the first free throw. She'll put in the second now. So she missed her 2 attempts in the first half, and now she's made her 2 attempts here in the second half, pulling the Knights within 15, 35 to 20, with a little over 16 and a half to go here in the second half of play. Hockey score, Aberdeen Central defeats Jamestown 7-1. That one went final a little bit ago. That was a girls hockey score. Wagner from just inside the 3-point arc, a little bit off the mark there. Rebound comes down to Haley Giroux on the defensive board, and back the other way come the Knights. 35-20 as Peck will put it into the hands there, far side. I believe that was Hillman. Nope, check that. That was Myrold, excuse me. Now Peck will get it back, being guarded by Wagner, puts it into the corner. Back to Peck, far side, that's into the hands of Lohman. Back to Peck, 3-pointer up, 3-pointer, bounces off the rim, won't go. Rebound comes down to Maggie Basie on the defensive board. Steal there, and that shot won't go from Myrold, and then the follow-up shot will.
2 points, Giroux.
Wagner with a 3. That one bounces off the rim, won't go. And that offensive rebound there by Maggie Basie. And now Basie will step up to the free throw line.
Haley Giroux, that is her 3rd personal foul. The
3rd personal on Haley Giroux.
Shooting number 42, Maggie Basie.
Plus 7 points and 4 rebounds, 2 on each side of the glass, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Maggie Basie with 2 points. And
substitution for the Knights in the game is number 21, Grace Holtz.
From the free throw line. (36-22) now. 5:07 remains in that girls hockey game. If we have an opportunity, we'll take a live look in at that one before it goes final. Whistle will blow, traveling call. That's the first turnover for the Knights here in the second half. They have 13 on the game now. Another Class B boys basketball score. Ned Rose defeats our Redeemers by the final score of 50-42. 15:07 and counting to go. Carlson brings it over the timeline for the Bruins, puts it into the hands of Wagner, high on the near side. Now top of the key, it's Basie. Basie feeds it back to Carlson. Cross-court pass, Nelson. That was before the shot, I believe.
Fouls on the Bruins, number 40, Paige Schroeder, her third
And
personal, second personal foul, team's third of the half. Hey folks, they're about to shut the concession stands down. If you wanted to pick up that last hot dog, now's a good time. Popcorn's still there, you should buy. Don't miss that opportunity.
We're getting into the Nets. Grace Fultz, and now a couple passes later, it's over in on the far side. Back to Peck up top. No, check that, Fultz up top. Now Lohman, and she tried to put it in the direction there of Hillman, but it went out of bounds. And that'll be another turnover here for the Grand Forks Central Knights. Just over 14 and a half to go here in the second half.
42, Isabella Whiteside.
Whiteside checking back into the lineup. Isabella Whiteside with 6 points, including a couple of rebounds. One on each side of the glass. Check that, 2 defensive, 1 offensive. Carlson has it for the Bruins. 25 on the shot clock, 14:25 on the game clock. Nelson drives into the lane, and that will be a defensive foul on Grace Fultz. I think that's her
on the
first.
night, number 21, Grace Fultz. That's her first personal foul, the team's second of the half.
So Wagner will trigger the inbounds pass from the baseline here on the near side of the hoop at 14:21. Comes into Nelson in the near corner. Nelson, one dribble, gets it to Carlson up top in between the circles. Makes a spin move, gives it back to Nelson here on the near wing. Now back to Carlson. Back to Nelson. Gets the defender up in the air, drives down to the baseline, puts it up and in.
2 points. Nelson.
That's her first bucket of the game. 2 points, 2 steals, 5 rebounds. 3 of them on the defensive glass for the 5'8" freshman guard/forward, Bryn Nelson. 13:50 to go, 38-22, baseline. It's up and in.
2 points, Peck.
Megan Peck with 4 points now. Hazelton drives in, saves it, gives it to Schroeder. Schroeder out to Wagner here on the near wing. Takes a step into the lane, and that shot won't go. Hazelton with the offensive rebound. That's her second. The 3 is up and in from the far side by Bryn Nelson. 41-24. That's 4 triples in the game, 3 of them from Addie Wagner, and on that most recent one from Bryn Nelson. 41-24. Peck has the ball here on the near wing, being guarded by Wagner. She'll put it into the corner, into the hands of Myrode. Myrode looking, cross-court pass, wide open. Oh, she thought about pulling the trigger, but she won't. Long 2 is up, too strong off the back rim. Wagner will come down with the offense or the defensive board.
Fouls on the Knights, number 3, Lauren Hillman. That's her third personal foul, third of the half. Substitution for the Knights entering the game is number 15, Sophia Rail.
Sophia Rail checks into the lineup. She's a 5'7" sophomore for the Knights. Inbounds pass comes to Carlson. 12:44 and counting to go as Carlson's in between the circles. Bounce pass there. Staying in between the circles to Nelson, to Hazelton, down in the corner to Nelson. Back to Ivy Wagner, catch and shoot 3, and Wagner a little bit off the mark there. Loose ball over the timeline, and Hazelton wasn't 100% sure she should pick that one up. She took the chance, and it paid off. Possession remains. Nelson with the baseline jumper, a little bit too strong on that one as it bounces off the backside of the rim, and then coming away with the rebound finally is Megan Peck. And then that ball will go out of bounds. 34 seconds remain in that game with Fargo North South. Let's take a live look in there. 17 seconds there. We'll keep it there for the final 17 seconds as Fargo North South currently leads 3-0. They'll work the ball down low to Whiteside. That one won't go. Nelson pulls down the rebound. And that one has gone final. We'll bring it back now. Fargo North South wins 3-0. Full camera now here as the shot's up and in down the other end. Sammy Hazelton has 7 points on the night now. 43-24, and a whistle and a timeout. Grand Forks Central.
Knights.
We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's Fargo South 43, Grand Forks Central 24, 11:36 to go in the second half of play. This is high school basketball on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. All right, welcome back. 11:27 to go here. Grand Forks Central has the ball, trailing 43-24. The Fargo South Bruins. Up top is Sophia Rail. Rail will give it up far side to Peck. Peck dribbles in, free throw line outside. I think that was Rail with the jumper from the baseline, and it's in. And it is indeed Sophia Rail with the bucket.
Rail.
That bucket is up and in for Addie Wagner, and that puts her at 21 now, according to my numbers. We'll double check that here. 45-26 now, second half of play, just shy of 11 minutes to go. As Grand Forks Central has the ball, they'll dribble up to the near wing there. That is Madison Myrold, and Myrold, I don't know if that was a shot or a pass, but it went in the direction of her teammate. A little high on the pass, so I guess coin flip that one and make the decision for yourself. 45-26 as Ashley Giroux checks into the lineup. Ashley, a 5'6" freshman. Cy Davis into the lineup here for Fargo South as well. That is Myrold driving inside, and there will be contact and a foul. Question was that in the act of shooting, and it looks like it was. And Myrold will step up to the free throw line.
Her second personal foul at the line, shooting for the Knights, number 5, Maddie Myrold.
4 wins, Minnewacan defeats Dunseay 73-65 in Class B boys basketball. That one went final just a moment ago. And in girls basketball, Velva defeats Bishop Ryan by the score of 57-29 as Myrold misses the first free throw. And she'll miss the second one as well. Nelson initially came down with the rebound, and Grand Forks Central came back and got the ball back. That one's going to be a little bit short. Ball's batted around underneath the hoop. Whistle will blow, 10-16. This will be on Fargo South. It'll be their 5th. Not sure who got it, though.
Fouls on the Bruins, number 5, Sandy Holt-Huselty. Her second person foul at the line, shooting number 10, Haley Giroux.
Haley Giroux is at the free throw line. She's 2 for 4, and if that missed, she's 2 for 5, and now she's 2 for 6. Wagner will get the ball in the backcourt, double teamed as she goes over the timeline and gets around that double team, kicks it out. Nelson, catch and shoot 3. No, that one won't go in. Wagner gets the rebound underneath, and on the follow-up shot, she'll draw contact, step up to the free throw line with her team leading 45-26 with exactly 10 minutes to go.
Knights number 10, Haley Giroux. That's her 4th personal foul.
4th personal for Haley Giroux. Wagner
at the line
puts the free throw in.
Addie Wagner.
46-26. Once again, Fargo North-South wins the girls hockey game against Grand Forks. 3-0. Lauren Hart faced 11 shots in the game. And Baker, the goalie for Grand Forks, faced 39 shots in that game. 47-26 as Wagner goes 2 for 2 on that trip to the line. Traore back into the lineup here for Grand Forks Central, and a whistle will stop the clock with 9:48 to go, and it'll be Fargo South basketball. Wagner pressured in the backcourt, swings it over to Hazelton. Hazelton over the timeline to Nelson. Nelson back to Wagner, top of the key, back to, and that's a travel. Before I could say Nelson, the whistle blew and the travel was called. That'll be turnover number 7 now for Fargo South here in the game. 47-26, 9:34 to go in the second half of play. Post-game show coming up here. Have a look at all the numbers and all that good stuff. With the ball right now, Sophia Rail. Rail puts it into the hands of Peck, being guarded by Wagner. Now the Traore, long 2, banks it in, got it.
2 points, Traore.
She has 4 in the game now, and back the other way. Wagner falls down, and ball go back to Grand Forks Central. 9:01 to go here in the second half, 47-28. Pumps it into the corner for a 3-pointer. That one won't go. Offensive rebound, and the shot is up, and that one won't go. And a defensive rebound by Paige Schroeder. Wagner will give it to Hazelton. Nelson now on the near wing. 18 on the shot clock, and she'll shoot it. And that one will just miss. Rebound underneath there by Schroeder, and she'll get the offensive board. She has 5 rebounds now, 2 offensive and 3 defensive.
On the Knights, number 55, Khadijah Traore.
Traore gets the personal foul.
Number 40, Paige Schroeder.
Schroeder, oh, it will not drop in. That's her first free throw attempt of the game. 0 for 1, 47-28 here, second half of play, 8:21 to go. And Schroeder's second free throw is up, and that one looks better, and that one will go in. 48-28. 1 for 2 for Schroeder now. In that first half, they were 6 of 8, while Grand Forks Central was 0 of 2 in the first half from the free throw line. Traore down low, pumps it outside here. Maybe thought about it, was Rail, and she'll get called for the travel. That's turnover number 16 according to my numbers. Class B boys basketball score, Linton Hazelton Moffett Broderick defeats Napoleon Gackle Streeter 56-44. Girls basketball, Central Cass defeats Oak Grove 55-51. And in boys basketball, Glenburn defeats Drake Animus 45-40. Outside to Nelson. Nelson get around a couple defenders, drive into the paint, can't get that one to bounce in. Coming down with the rebound, and now that will be probably a lucky break on a possible traveling call. Is slow to get up as Paige Schroeder. She'll get credit for the offensive board. Another Class B girls score went final. Milner North Sargent defeats Wymer Lidgerwood by 2, 36-34 the final. Driving in the lane, it's Hazelton, and she gets it off the glass.
Hazelton.
50-28, 7.5 to go. Another Class B boys score just came in. South Prairie defeats West Hope Newburgh 49-37. Loose ball near side, it went out of bounds. Who was it out of bounds on is the question. It was out of bounds on Fargo South, so it'll stay with Grand Forks Central. Berthold defeats Ray 59-24. That's a girls basketball score for you. Triggering the inbounds pass is Megan Peck. She'll put it into the hands there of Myrold. Myrold will get a screen from Peck and dribble down towards the baseline. Runs into a couple players and a traveling call before the pass goes off. That's another turnover for Grand Forks Central. 7:14 as Wagner will drive into the paint, and that'll be a traveling call. She lost the ball there. So Grand Forks Central trailing by 22. Let's do the mental math, and there's, oh, I thought that was another travel, but it was a foul away from the ball on Fargo South.
Fouls on the Bruins,
team
number
foul
22.
number 7,
Brent
I
Nelson.
believe.
First, second personal foul, team 7 for the half. At the line
Nelson
shooting,
picks up her second.
number 5, Maddie Myrold.
Maddie Myrold is 1 of 4 from the line. All 4 of those attempts coming here in the second half of play. 50-28. Myrold's free throws up and in. She'll get one more as a result, 50-29. 1-1 for the remainder of this game here, unless Fargo South gets 10 fouls, then it'll be a double bonus here for Grand Forks Central. But right for the moment, it's 1-1. You got to make one to get one. She made both of them that time. And it's a 20-point game, 50-30. Wagner hands it off to Hazelton in the backcourt. Hazelton across the timeline with 6:55 to go. Gives it back to Wagner, drives it through the hoop and puts it up and in off the glass. 52-30. Wagner with the bucket.
Timeout Knights. Hey, that gives me a chance to suggest that I've got some keys here. They're on a wonderful Rasmussen thing. I'm wondering, Mahund, are these yours?
Lanyard is the
Hey,
word he
Mahund,
was looking
unplug.
for. On a Rasmussen thing.
Are these your keys? Nope. They
Another-
were over in that corner, so
another
if you
boys
are missing
basketball
your
score
keys, you
coming.
might want 'em.
Bishop Ryan defeats
Stop, don't
Kenmare
get 'em. And hey,
82-35.
I know who the 50-50 ticket is. Let me tell you the number.
Class B girls score. Hankinson defeats Wilmot, South Dakota 39-25.
And you know what? I've got the cash right here. So if you don't want to pick it up, I'm willing to take it home for you. If you've got ticket number 350-8399, I've got the winnings right here. Come on down. Green didn't get it. He's mad. Oh, there he is. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
All right, a little timeout entertainment here for you as another Class A boys basketball score just came in. Grand Forks Red River defeats Fargo North by the final score of 88-70. Class B girls score, Lemoore Litchfield Marion defeats the Lisbon Broncos 51-34. And Class B boys basketball score, TGU defeats Surrey 61-48. We'll keep you updated on those scores as they continue to come in. 6:47 and counting is what I meant to say. Down to 6:40 now. Traore has it on the near wing with their team trailing 52-30. That pass was tipped as it went over to the far wing, and then it was, I thought it was the last touch by Wagner, but I guess it will go back to Fargo South. Now going to the books as a turnover for Grand Forks Central. Center Stanton, the Wildcats defeat Killdeer 49-36. Powers Lake defeats Trenton 58-51. That is in the boys game, and then in the girls game, it was Trenton defeating Powers Lake 48-16. So those two teams split in that girls and boys doubleheader. 52-30 here. 6:20 and counting to go here as Peck will bring it up over the timeline here for the Knights. She'll look down low, and now Traore has it far side out to Rail. Rail, came close to a traveling there, but she got the ball down before the second foot. Near wing or near corner, that's Giroux, Ashley Giroux, and now that shot is up and a whistle will blow, stopping the clock. With 5:59 to go here in the second half of play, once again, 52-30 in favor of Fargo South over the Grand Forks Central Knights. Our next game will also feature the Fargo South Bruins. It'll be a doubleheader. Girls first, boys second against the Fargo Shanley Deacons on the 21st. In 3 days from now, we'll be right back here at the Den, is what they call it. And we have another timeout on the floor. So we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back here in just a moment on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. All right, welcome back. 52-30 here. 5:59 to go in the second half of play in favor of the Fargo South Bruins. Inbounds pass is tipped, but Wagner will keep control of it. Bring it over the timeline now quickly, now slows it down. Backs up between the circles over high on the far side. She'll get a screen here, and now she'll dribble into the free throw line, kind of dish it off there to Schroeder, and she'll get it in. 54-30 in favor of Fargo South. 2 more for Schroeder. She has 7 now in the game, according to my numbers, as Traore will get it over on the far wing. Traore up top now, and foot was on the line. Long 2 out of the hands of Ashley Giroux. That one won't go in, and the rebound comes down to Cy Davis. That's her 4th rebound of the game, and she's only played for, I don't keep track of how many minutes a player plays, but it's not as frequent as some of the other players, we'll put it that way.
Lauren Hillman and number 10, Haley Giroux.
Team foul number 7 now. It's the 3rd personal on Ashley Giroux, and Cy Davis will step up to the free throw line where she's 2 for 2 in the game so far, and looking to make it 55. It won't. She'll miss that one, and the rebound comes down to Traore. So 2 for 3 now for Cy Davis. The Knights have the ball, 17 on the shot clock. Top of the key, now near wing into the hands of Lauren Hillman, the 5'7" sophomore. Hillman will take a dribble, pick up her dribble, try and feed it into Haley Giroux. Giroux made a move towards the basket and then picked up the foul. It's either on Hazelton or Nelson.
Number 5, Sammy Hazelton.
It will be on Hazelton. That's her 3rd. 8, and going to the free throw line is Haley Giroux. 2 for 6 in the game so far. Make it 3 of 7. 54-31, 5:01 to go here in the second half of play. Second free throw is up, and that one will drop in as well. Nice job there by Haley Giroux. Three-corner, good. That is Cy Davis with the triple. 57-32. Girls basketball score is now final. Central Cass defeats Oak Grove by 4, 55-51 in that game for the Squirrels. Belle Lennard and Emma Lee both with 16 points apiece. Morgan Nymiller for Oak Grove scored 20, along with Kellen Johnson. She had 16 in that game in a losing effort to the Central Cass Squirrels. There's a 3 out of the hands of Maddie Myrold. That's a little bit off the mark, and Wagner pulls down her 3rd offensive rebound. She has 5 in the game so far. And Bryn Nelson with the long, and that's going to stay with Fargo South.
Substitution for the Bruins. There to the game is number 14, Alice Carlson. And number
Maggie
42,
Macy.
Maggie
And
Macy.
Carlson comes back into the lineup here for Fargo South. 3:52 to go as Wagner will trigger the inbounds pass from the baseline on the far side of the hoop. And that will come in there to Cy Davis. Cy Davis works it up to Carlson, back over to Wagner in the far corner. Wagner stutter steps, drives baseline, puts it up, and it will fall in.
2 points, Wagner.
2, 4, 6, 8 for Wagner in the second half. A total of 27 in the game for Addie Wagner. Taking a look here. Most points scored by a Bruin in one game was 43. Back in 2016, Maddie Erickson got that mark against the Devils Lake Firebirds. And with 3.5 to go, just shy of 3.5 to go, Wagner will come out. We'll see if that's the end of the night for her. So if that is the end of the night for her, then she won't get a chance to hit that 43 mark. But have her down for 27 at the moment. 3:17 to go, 5 on the shot clock. Giroux puts it up and in. Check that, Myrold puts it up and in. 58-34, 3:05 to go. Carlson with the ball over the timeline, 3:03 to go. Gets it to Hazelton. Hazelton feeds it into the near corner. Cy Davis looks down low for Basie, and Basie will get fouled on that turnaround shot attempt there, and she'll go to the free throw line. I believe that's team foul number 8 now on the.
Foul is on the Knights, number 3, Lauren Hillman. Her 4th personal foul at the line, shooting number 42, Maggie Basie.
Basie, 3 for 4. Make it 4-5.
Substitution for the Knights. Enter the game is number 2, Larissa Contreras. And number 4, Peyton Goulet.
Peyton Goulet, a 5'7" junior.
Marin Aury.
And we'll have to write that one in. Mackenzie Castorino. I don't know if he heard me. There we go, he got it. Way to go. 61-34 now on the free throw.
Fouls on the Bruins, number 42, Maggie Basie.
That's her 4th. Should be team foul number 9 now. Or no, check that. Yeah, it is her. Let's see here. We'll find out. It's team foul number 9 for sure. And it is indeed Maggie Basie's 4th. She will come out.
And number 21, Rachel Osborne.
Masagid Abakar comes into the lineup for Fargo South, as does a couple of other players. Rachel Osborne. Traore.
Substitution for the Bruins. Enter the game is number 12, Brianna Moore.
Makes the free throw. Class A girls score. Grand Forks Red River defeats Fargo North 68-49. And Grand Forks Central defeats Fargo South. Or no, check that. Fargo South defeats Grand Forks Central in boys basketball 72-60 was the final score in that one. 61-36 now as the free throw is up and in from Traore. Down at the other end, a whistle will sound. They'll stop the clock with 2:39 to go. We'll have another foul here on Grand Forks Central. That'll put Masajid Abakar, the 5'9" junior, at the free throw line. I don't know where final scores came in saying that this game was over, but it's not over yet.
Two points, Castorino.
I believe that's number 0, Castorino. No, that's Baker. Castorino. Okay, he said it wrong, and that's why I wasn't able to get it. Contreras is how you say it. He said Castorino, and that's what threw me off. Contreras gets the bucket. 61-38 as once again, our scoreboard key is a little sticky there, and it won't add up the score. Interception now. It's a turnover here for Fargo South. Minute 37 to go. 61-38.
Fouls on the Bruins, number 15, Masagid Abakar. Her first personal foul, the team's 10th. At the line shooting for the Knights, number 13, Marin Aury. Substitution for the Bruins. Enter the game as number 20, Annie Smith. Two points, Traore.
Traore gets another bucket. Jump ball is called, and I don't remember who got the last possession there. It looks like Fargo South will get this one. Fargo South, I believe that's a boys' final. They're reporting it as a girls' final, but obviously we got the girls' game right here, and it's not over yet. So I believe Fargo South defeated Grand Forks Central 72-60 in the boys' game.
Fouls on the Bruins. Number 15, Misegan Abakar.
Sent a message to try and get that corrected.
At the line shooting for the Knights. Number 23.
Class B girls score, Edgeley Call Montpelier defeats Sargent Central 52-48. Free throw is up, and it's in.
Substitution for the Bruins.
Mackenzie Castorino.
Ivana Marshall.
Ivana Marshall comes into the lineup here for Fargo South. She's wearing number 44. Second free throw is off the rim, won't go. 61-41. That's Ann Smith, I believe. And she'll cut through the defenders and, oh, can't get that one to go. Rebound comes down into the hands of Castorino on the defensive side of the glass. 57 seconds to go in this one as Castorino being guarded there by Brianna Moore. Pass down low, and it will stay in bounds, and it'll be a turnover for Grand Forks Central as it goes back to Fargo South. They'll work the hands into the ball into the hands of Brianna Moore. 37 seconds to go as Moore gets called for a travel. Turnover number 13. Most of those 13 turnovers have come after the recent substitutions here for Fargo South. Rebound there for Yvonne Marshall, 5'7" sophomore.
Fouls on the Knights, number 13. That would be Marion Howry. At the line shooting for the Bruins, number 44, Yvonne Marshall.
Free throws up. That's in. Nice job there by Yvonne Marshall, the 5'7" sophomore. Gets the free throw in. 62-41. She'll miss the second one, and back the other way. Now comes Traore. Makes a spin move. 5'7". Let's see, there's a... Okay, now for a moment there, the two clocks didn't match up, and that threw me off. But there's officially 4 seconds now remaining in this one. 62-41 will probably end up being the final score. Traore with a bucket at the buzzer. It won't go in. Offensive rebound. That one's up, and it won't go in your final. Fargo South defeats Grand Forks Central 62-41. We'll add up some numbers and come back in a little bit here with your post-game show right here on the ND Sports Channel. Once again, your final score. Fargo South Bruins 62, Grand Forks Central Knights 41. This is high school basketball on the ND Sports Channel.
Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
Hi, my name is Mike with the ND Sports Channel. I hope you're enjoying the game broadcast. I want to take a moment to share a little bit about the station with you. I started the ND Sports Channel on October 17th, 2017, with the goal in mind to provide more media coverage for sports that didn't get a lot of attention, like boys and girls soccer, for example. Also softball and girls hockey. And look at us now. We've done them all. They're all under our game rewind button at ndsportschannel.com. And the TV and radio stations here don't cover those sports too often. You know, they're busy with college and semi-pro and other high school sporting events, and the public appreciates their coverage on sports. And well, on a personal note, I respect 100% what they're doing as well. And I want you to know that the ND Sports Channel does not want to compete. We are not a competitor to the local media broadcast stations here in the area. We want to be a teammate. We want to get out to the games that they're unable to get to and make sure that those games get some coverage. You know, we did 282 games in our first year of broadcasting, and the ND Sports Channel was the exclusive media broadcast station at 247 of those games. I love those numbers, and I'm confident that we can do even better in that category in year number 2. We started out as an online radio station with the help of a couple of sponsors and contributions from a couple of the booster clubs here in the area. We were able to add the element of video to our broadcast, and we want to continue to improve our broadcast with more cameras, more microphones, get more camera angles, more sounds of the game. We want to find out what the coach is saying to the players during that timeout when it's tied at 82 with 10 seconds left in regulation to get the win or avoid the loss, whatever the case may be. Another thing that we want to do is we want to get to the games that are a little bit further out. If there's a great matchup that's not being covered, say in like Williston or Dickinson, Minot, Bismarck, Beulah, whatever the case may be, we want to get to that game. We want to get that game available here on the ND Sports Channel, and you can certainly help out with that. You can encourage your business to become a sponsor of the sports broadcast here on the ND Sports Channel, and or you can make a one-time donation, or a couple donations a month, or 3 or 4 donations a year. Whatever works for you, we would gladly accept that. And we thank not only everybody who has made the station what it is today, but everybody who will make the station what it is about to become down the road. And we thank you in advance for that already. We are an official business, so you can write the checks to ND Sports Channel, and you can send them to P.O. Box 564, West Fargo, North Dakota, 58078. And if you put a little information in there about who you are, how we can contact you, we'll send you a receipt for that donation so you can file it away and keep it in your personal file, whatever you want to do with that. With that said, thank you so much. More of the game is coming up soon. And thanks for watching ND Sports Channel, ND Sports Online.
April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans, live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072. The ND Sports Channel is your home for Fargo Davies soccer in 2019. This spring, catch select matches for the girls team live on the ND Sports Channel, scheduled to be determined. And this fall, catch all the Eagles boys soccer matches, both home and away, live on the ND Sports Channel. Watch on-demand replays of the 2018 soccer season by clicking on soccer under the game rewind button on our website, ndsportschannel.com. The ND Sports Channel is a proud supporter and broadcast partner with North Dakota Softball All-Stars. The games and skills competition for the 3rd annual Shields ND Softball All-Stars Series are scheduled for June 3rd and 4th, 2019, and it'll all be live on the ND Sports Channel. Let's team up and help ND Softball All-Stars make the program the best it can be for the final high school softball game for the top seniors in the state of North Dakota. Send your donations to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota, 58109, or you can also donate on the ND Softball All-Stars Facebook page. For more information on ND Softball All-Stars, check out the website, ndsoftballallstars.com. Let's team up to support a great program for a great sport in the great state of North Dakota. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter, search at ND Scores, and get the same scores on your mobile device every night. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up.
Okay, so I apologize there. We were actually on the air for a little bit, and the microphone wasn't turned on. And there was a setting that wasn't turned on, so I do apologize for that. I went through about half of the post-game report already, but let's just start over from scratch here and try this again. So, for Grand Forks Central, 4 points for Lauren Hillman, 3 for Maddie Myrold, 8 for Haley Giroux, 3 for Ashley Giroux, 2 for Sophia Rail, 3 for Grace Foltz, and 4 for Megan Peck, 6 for Aubrey Lohman, 8 for Kasha Tarori, and then 2 for Marin Ari. Marin, excuse me, is a 5'4" freshman, usually plays some C squad basketball, got a bucket on varsity tonight, so congratulations to Marin. For the Fargo South Bruins individual scoring, they were led by Addie Wagner, 28 points on the evening, followed by Sammy Hazelton with 9. You got 2 for Alice Carlson, 5 for Bryn Nelson, 5 for Bryn Nelson. Let's see here, 5 for Cy Davis, 7 for Paige Schroeder, 5 for Maggie Basie, and 1 for Yvonne Marshall. Let's see here. Team numbers look like this. Fargo South, 5 turnovers in the first half for 9 more in the second half for a team total of 14 in the game. Grand Forks Central, 12 in the first half and plenty more in the second half for a total of 27 in the game. It was 33-17 at halftime. Fargo South outscored Grand Forks Central 29-14 in the second half to bring us to our final score of 62-41. A total of 36 rebounds in the game for Fargo South, 14 on the offensive glass, 22 on the defensive glass, 17 of those 36 coming in the first half. A total of 21 rebounds for Grand Forks Central, 8 on the offensive glass, 13 on the defensive glass, 11 of those 21 coming in the first half of play. And a total of, let's see here, 14 team fouls in the game for Fargo South compared to 9 plus 8 is 17 for Grand Forks Central in the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at these two teams side by side. And now you have Grand Forks Central at 0-6 on the year, 0-5 against EDC opponents, even 0-3, 0-3 at home and the road. That 5-game losing streak turns into a 6-game losing streak. They've scored 231, averaging 38 per game, while they've allowed their opponents to score 400 even, averaging about 66, just a little bit over 66 point something per game for their opponents. Well, Fargo South improves to 2-4 with the win, 2-3 against EDC opponents, 2-2 here at home, 0-1 on the road. They changed the 1-game losing streak to a 1-game win streak. They've scored 275 on the year. That is a total average of 45 per game, and they've allowed 409 to their opponents, averaging 68 per game allowed for their opponents. These two teams now, with the wins and the losses, they are coming up. We'll have Valley City for the Grand Forks Central Knights at 7:30 on January 14th. This was their last game of the 2018 season, at least to the best of our knowledge it is. And then Thief River Falls on January 8th, Grand Forks Red River on the 10th, West Fargo Packers on the 12th, then home against the Wahpeton Huskies on the 15th. On the road against the Firebirds on the 18th up in Devil's Lake, then home against the Cheyenne Mustangs on the 22nd, Fargo North Spartans in Fargo on the 25th, and then Fargo Davies on the 29th, and then an unknown opponent. And let's make that a little bit smaller to get it on screen here. They have a game on February 1st, but it's doubled up, same team at the same time, so we just put unknown in there since we weren't 100% sure. And then extending on into February, Grand Forks, Red River, Valley City, Shanley, West Fargo, and wrapping up the regular season on the road against the Wahpeton Huskies for the Grand Forks Central Knights. For the Fargo South Bruins, make that a little bit smaller, we'll make it a little bit bigger now. They'll have Wahpeton here at home next, followed by Cheyenne, and then actually they'll have Fargo Shanley here at home, and we'll have that game for you here on the ND Sports Channel. 5:45 p.m. tip-off for the girls game, boys at approximately 7:30, followed by Wahpeton here at home, Cheyenne at home, then on the road against the Packers and the Eagles, then back at home against the Firebirds, and then they go on a 4-game road trip against Valley City, Fargo North, Grand Forks Central, and Shanley before they come back home against Grand Forks Red River. 2 more road games against the Huskies and Mustangs, and they wrap up the regular season here at home on the 21st of February against the West Fargo Packers. Time now to select a player of the game. And that player of the game will be Addie Wagner, the freshman. She had 28 points, 3 assists, no blocks, 4 steals, 2 fouls, and went 4 or 5 from the free throw line, or 80%, had 7 rebounds, 3 on the offensive glass, 4 on the defensive glass for the freshman Addie Wagner, your player of the game here for the Fargo South Bruins. Upcoming games here on the ND Sports Channel. Well, there's a long list of them there. You can check out our website at ndsportschannel.com to get the complete upcoming schedule. But our next game will be right back here on the 22nd. That says the 22nd. I believe it's the 21st, actually. Fargo South versus Fargo Shanley. Girls at 5:45, boys at 7:30. Then we'll be up in Hillsboro for the Holiday Hoops Tournament on the 27th and the 28th. We'll have every game that's played in Hillsboro. They have 7 more games being played in Buxton, but can only be in one of the 2 locations. So we'll have Northern Cass girls and boys versus Midway Minto to kick off your first 2 games, and then the second doubleheader features girls and boys, Larimore versus Kittson County Central. The third doubleheader will feature Grafton versus Kindred, and then we'll go home, take a nap, come back on the 28th. We'll have the girls Richland Colts taking on the Findlay Sharon Hope Page Spartans, followed by the boys Richland Colts game against the Carrington Cardinals, and then at 3 o'clock the Park River Fortville Lincoln Aggies will take on the Central Cass Squirrels in the girls game, and then the Central Cass boys will take on New Rockford Cheyenne, the Rockets, at 4:30, followed by the Hillsboro Central Valley versus Oak Grove doubleheader. The girls first at 6 with the boys to follow at 8. And then that'll wrap up 2018. We'll kick off 2019 with 2 girls hockey games, Fargo North South versus Williston, followed by Minot on the 4th and 5th. Then we'll have the Oak Grove Grovers and the Lisbon Broncos in boys basketball on January 8th from Oak Grove High School here in Fargo. And then we'll be back here at Fargo South on the 11th for their doubleheader, girls and boys, 5:45, 7:30 against the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, and then Northern Cass and Enderlin. I believe that game is in Northern Cass, and then Oak Grove, Milner, North Sargent girls game on the 17th, followed by Fargo South and Fargo Davies boys game right here at Fargo South High School on the 18th at 7:30 p.m. Taking a look at the statewide scoreboard here, we'll start at the top, and we got Oaks defeating Loyola Frederick, South Dakota, 81-18. That was a girls' score. Oaks Tornadoes pick up a win there. West Fargo Cheyenne defeats the Wahpeton Huskies in boys basketball, 71-59. Grant County defeats Glen Ullin in girls basketball, 42-30. I believe Grant County only has 2 losses on the year, and they're defending state champions. Boys score, Loyola Frederick, South Dakota defeats Oaks, 79-61. In boys hockey, West Fargo defeats West Fargo Cheyenne, 8-5. Class A boys basketball, Bismarck defeats Bismarck Century, 52-44. And let's see here. Washburn defeats Underwood in boys basketball, 66-56. Girls basketball, Carrington defeats Medina Pingree Buchanan, 57-43. In girls hockey, Fargo Davies defeats Detroit Lakes, 5-1. And in girls basketball, the game we had for you here, Fargo South over Grand Forks Central, 62-41. And let's see here. Fargo South in boys basketball, Fargo South defeats Grand Forks Central, 72-60. Girls Class B basketball, Northern Cass defeats Maple Valley, 53-34. Boys Class B basketball, Stanley defeats Tioga, 60-29. Boys hockey, Fargo Davies defeats Grand Forks Red River, 2-0. Let's see here. In that, Grand Forks Red River defeats Fargo North in girls basketball, 68-49. Girls hockey score, Aberdeen, South Dakota all over Jamestown, 7-1 in a non-conference game there. Class B girls basketball score, Des Lacs Burlington defeats North Star, 43-27. And Powers Lake defeats Trenton boys basketball, 58-51. Center Stanton defeats Kildare, 49-36 in girls basketball. In the girls game between Trenton and Powers Lake, Trenton will pick up the win, 48-16. Class B boys score, TGU defeats Surrey, 61-48. Grand Forks Red River defeats Fargo North in boys basketball, 88-70. While in girls basketball, Lemoore Litchfield Marion defeats Lisbon, 51-34. Boys basketball score, Bishop Ryan defeats Kenmare, 82-35. Class B girls basketball score, Hankinson defeats Wilmot, South Dakota, 39-25. Berthold defeats Ray, 59-24 in girls basketball. Class B boys score, South Prairie defeats West Hope Newburgh, 49-37. Class B girls basketball score. Milner North Sargent defeats Wymer Lidgewood 36-34. Glenburn defeats Drake Animus in Class B boys basketball 45-40. Linton Hazelton Moffat Braddock defeats Napoleon Gackle Streeter 56-44 in boys basketball. Central Cass defeats Oak Grove in girls basketball 55-51. Four Winds Minnewacan defeats Dunseith in boys basketball 73-65. Velva defeats Bishop Ryan 57-29 in Class B girls basketball. Another Class B boys score. Cavalier defeats St. John 53-51. Beulah defeats Del Axe Burlington 62-48 in a Class B boys basketball score. Ned Rose defeats Our Redeemers 50-42 in Class B boys basketball. Girls hockey, Aberdeen Central defeats Jamestown 7-1. I think I reported that already once. Thompson defeats Hillsborough Central Valley in girls basketball 55-28. Girls basketball score. Partial defeats Divide County 55-30. Class A boys basketball score. Devils Lake defeats Valley City 67-59. In Class B girls basketball score, Rugby defeats TGU 71-40. Class A girls score, Dickinson defeats Williston 60-46. And that looks like we have a couple more that just came in here. New Salem Allant defeats Hart River in Class B boys basketball 46-33. Langdon and Moore Munich defeats Rolla in girls basketball 73-25. And that is all the scores we have at this time as of 9:39 p.m. That's a good amount of scores there. We don't usually have that many scores come in, but we thank everybody for the reports on those games. So that's going to wrap it up from here. Once again, your final score, 62-41. Fargo South defeats Grand Forks Central, led by Addie Wagner with 28 points. Until the 21st, it's the doubleheader, Fargo South versus Fargo Shanley, right here at the Den in Bruins country at Fargo South High School. Mike Mason with you. That wraps things up. We'll talk to you in a few days here on the ND Sports Channel. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll talk to you later here on the ND Sports Channel. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the ND Sports Channel. Did you miss any of the game? Check out Game Rewind on our website at ndsportschannel.com.